Hey, what's up guys, you got Gun BB here and we're back with the very first week of the PMPL Anniversary Tour and we're going against Firefeather, which is you remember from the last PMPL season. He was a very tough opponent, so we're gonna have to carry out the big guns here if we want to win. And with that being said, how about we check out that builder? Alright guys, we're gonna get started here. As you can see, my opponent has a couple of things here. It's kind of like a hazard stack team. It's got some interesting ones like Drake Assault, which I'm very weak to, as well as Primarina. And yeah, but all in all, I noticed that my opponent was a little weak to ground, only having one real switching in Skarmory, and of course Libani, which is a ground resist as well as a web setter, which is a little annoying, and I would rather not deal with the webs. Even though I have good removal, I don't want to deal with webs at all. So yeah, seeing that there's only one ground switching, like a real ground switching, I decided to build the team around that. And the way I chose to do that is with Ring Target Meowscarada. So this is supposed to lure in the Skarmory, because Flower Trick is very good against the opponent's team, which is why I'm not bringing it, because the only real switching is going to be the Skarmory, and that way I can trick it, the Ring Target, and that's gonna make my two ground types actually. You'll see that in a second. Those are going to be my Wincons, and of course we're going with Trick, 3 attacks. We actually, well, I guess we do have Stab, but we don't have like our actual stab. Like I said, I'm not bringing Flower Trick. I'm actually Thunder Punch, player of Low Kick. So Thunder Punch and player of Electric and Fairy hits everything in the team, with one exception, which is going to be the Iron Threats. And that's why we have the Low Kick, because if it's offensive, it can actually die. There's a roll that it dies to Low Kick, which is very good. But yeah, we don't have Flower Trick because I'm trying to basically just luring things like the Glimora, for example, which is a very annoying mon that can just stick around. I don't have like a lot of Oko potential for that. We have Excadrill and that stuff, but I'm expecting like a Corrosion set, which is why I'm saying this. So any damage on that's gonna be important, and if we can lure it in, making it think like, oh, I'm safe, I can only watch out for Flower Trick, but then it's like I'm not Flower Trick, I'm Trick. And I can trick the Skarmory, switching into the Flower Trick. And if all of that fails, I can always rely on Thunder Punch, which does an okay amount to Skarmory. If it's physically defensive, it's gonna bounce off. It's like a 4-hit KO. I mean, seriously, it really sucks. But we're gonna go with that. This is very tryhard, I know, but it's the first like matchup that we're doing, first match, and I figure we can just bring this on Meowscarada, like who cares? And yeah, we're just bringing, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna lose, because like I don't have Flower Trick, and Flower Trick's good into pretty much everything that's not, Skarmory. So yeah, but who's gonna take advantage of Skarmory? Excadrill. So Excadrill is gonna be Mold Breaker for Mimikyu. And we're just gonna go with the classic SD Rapid Spin. This is a Gen 8 type thing. I mean, it's older, but Rapid Spin giving you speed is obviously new. And after one speed, I actually just win. I mean, literally. Because if Skarmory is weak to ground, then I mean, I'm gonna bypass Sturdy anyway. Like, there's no way he can do anything about it. The only thing that can revenge kill Excadrill at this point will be, of course, a potential Terra on, well, I don't know, because like +2, it will have to be something like I can hit, but Earthquake, Iron Head, there's no one typing that takes both, you know what I mean? So I was gonna say like maybe like a Terra Sylveon, but I don't think that's gonna take a +2 Earthquake or +2 Iron Head, depending. But what I was getting at, I'm Choppleberry because the only way to revenge kill is with Infernape, Whether it is Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave, it can actually do a lot. But with this spread that I have with the Chople Berry, I can actually take a +2 Iron Fist Mach Punch from an Infernape, and I'm pretty sure that also accounts for Life Orb, and I don't think it accounts for Terra Fighting, so I do have to watch out for that. But +2 with Life Orb doesn't kill me. I think that's crazy. The way I want to play this is I want to bait that I'm Scarf. I want to just bluff that I'm Scarf, you know, clicking one move at a time, spinning around and stuff. And if I see it clear, I'm just gonna SD Rapid Spin and win. So yeah, hopefully we can trick the Skarmory, because otherwise there's like nothing this Pokemon can do at all. Infernape. So Infernape with the Terra Ground and Scarf. This is the exact same idea as Excadrill, except it's just not a setup sweeper. It's meant to just spam Earthquake, and the only things that take on Earthquake don't take Flare Blitz very well. Skarmory, Leavanny, and the best switch into this will actually be like a very defensive Sylveon or Primarina, which is why we have the Poison Jab there. And then on the last spot is U-turn. So if we can pull off the Excadrill, I think we can pull off the Infernape, which is what I really like about this team. And I'm really excited to just like Scarf EQ. That's gonna feel like Garchomp, except not really, because we have like not even close in terms of offensive power here. But yeah, Infernape just doesn't have very good switch-ins once I become a ground type, because ground fire hits everything. We have AB Slowbro because I lose to Primarina. With this spread here, I can actually take a Molest, Specs, Moonblast. I can take 2 of them, unless rocks are up, I think. In which case, I'll use GG, right? But going with Psyshock because he hits Primarina and Sylveon the best on their physical side, even if they are invested, it does pretty good damage. Scald because nothing really switches into Scald very well. I mean, there's things that do, like Primarina, but like you don't want cheap on that, because then you have to face Infernape. It's Scald. Like, I don't have to explain why I'm choosing Scald over Surf. I'm trying to burn. So we have the Psychic Noise. This is to prevent Primarina or Sylveon from being, you know, Draining Kiss, Calm Mind. Because if they are, I kind of just lose, because I'm just a Solvis on Slowbro. And with Psychic Noise, I can actually just prevent them from healing, which doesn't guarantee me I win the exchange, but I can actually like switch out and do something about it, rather than just let them set up on me. And then Ice Beam because I can touch either Leavanny or Dracozolt. It actually does a pretty good amount. It should be a 2-hit KO on both. I figured if Slowbro is AB, we're gonna need a defensive Zapdos here, like Fist Def. Because, you know, Infernape's there to check Primarina and Infernape. Because Infernape, if it's like... It's actually crazy. Like, if it's Nasty Plot at +2, with Terra Grass, Grass Nut, with Expert Belt, it doesn't kill Slowbro. It's really crazy. Life Orb will kill though, but if he's that, I'll be able to handle it some other way. But I think it's pretty crazy that it doesn't kill at +2 with Terra Grass, unless it's like a major boosting item. I think that's crazy. But going back to Zapdos, just normal Fist Def, you know, T-Bolt, Heatwave. I'm going with U-turn because I do not want to give Dracozolt like free HP. Bolt Absorb is probably like, I mean, he doesn't need to be Sand Rush. He doesn't need to be Hustle. All he needs to do is Bulbig. So it could be Bolt Absorb, and in which case I do not want to trigger that. So I will be U-turn, so that I can U-turn on Dracozolt and bring one of my ground types. And I mean, of course, it's just defensive Zapdos. It takes on any defensive Infernape pretty well. Of course, there's some, because of Terra, there's a little going on there. Like, it could be electric, it could be ground, it could be whatever, right? It could be rock and kill me with Stone Edge, right? But outside of that, if it's like a normal-ish type Infernape, like a Scarf, like, you know, like dual stab, this Zapdos set should be fine. And of course, we have static and whatnot. We have the trick with the ring target. We got the breakers. We got the backbone. But I felt like if that doesn't work, I'm a little screwed. So I'm gonna go with Mixed Life Orb on the Sylveon. So Hyper Voice doesn't really have a good switching. The best thing will be the Iron Threads, which I can just nuke with Mystical Fire. Now, I know you see the Terra Ground. I don't have any ground move. This is just defensive, because if I become ground, there's a lot of mons that just don't deal with this very well. One of them will be Glimora, which will be an answer to this, but because I'm ground, it doesn't even kill me. And of course, being ground means that Infernape doesn't have stab. Like, that's super effective against me. I know that CC and Flare Blitz are neutral, but if I was trying to take on Glimora as a steel type, for example, then I don't take on Infernape. Like, ground is just really good against the opponent's team. There's no immediate like Pokemon that threatens me other than Primarina, which is very scary, yeah, but Primarina doesn't take these hits very well. Hyper Voice 2-hit KOs every Pokemon on the other side, unless they are resist or like Assault Vest, right? But the things that resist don't take Mystical Fire or Psyshock in the case of Glimora. And then we have Quick Attack, which I know it's weird, but hear me out. We have to go mixed here. I mean, I'm even Quiet Nature, like I'm not even minus attack, right? There's a reason for this. This is not just a random move that I threw in there. It's true that I can become ground, but I'm relying so much on my ground types that I feel like if my plan fails and one of them dies, or both of them, it's gonna look a little tough against Dracozolt. So what happens? Dracozolt obviously kills Sylveon, like every time almost. Quick Attack allows me to hit Dracozolt before Volbeat, and that's gonna make Volbeat do less damage. So suddenly Sylveon is hitting for super effective and it doesn't die to Volbeat anymore. But yeah, that's gonna be the team. We have the plan here with the trick, the ground types, the defensive backbone, and then a breaker in case things go awry and I need to kill Skarmory and Iron Thread some other way other than using ground types. So let's get right into the battle, I think. So right off the bat, we see a couple things. Number one thing is that there's a Shrew. Now I'm not like, I know what it does 100%. Like, this is a decent mon in lower tiers. It's like a rain setter, whatever. Of course, party shots like the main caveat of this Pokemon, but that's the least of my worries. My first worry here is that there's no Skarmory, and that really threw me off because Excadrill's just gonna win on its own by the looks of it. There's nothing that, like, I don't even need to SD, really. And yes, there's a Libani, so my idea here is to lead with Sylveon because I'm expecting a Libani lead. And that way I can Mystical Fire into Quick Attack potentially and get rid of it. So let's get right into it. Got the Sylveon, and he actually leads Iron Threads. Now, like I said, this is Terra preview, so we can see and they can also see. He only brought one captain, which is going to be Infernape, and it's Terra Fighting, so already I'm thinking it's like Choice Band or like SD, Mach Punch, whatever. So because of that, he can see that I'm like 20 ground type. So yeah, like I'm bringing that up because on the first turn he Iron Headed. He didn't have to. I actually debated just staying in and attacking, but I'm glad I didn't because I wasn't going to Terra if I did that. I just figured, you know, I have so many switchings to Iron Head, he's not going to. Well, I'm glad I switched because I almost just choked. So yeah, I'm just gonna go into Slowbro, and because this is Showdown and it's not Wi-Fi, I can actually tell that this is an Iron Threads like offensive. Like this did just as much as it should do. So it's either a couple things. It's not lead because it switched out, although it wasn't the first spot, so it could have been. But it could be Scarf, and it could be like maybe Assault Vest, but like offensive Assault Vest. So that's what I'm thinking. He goes Shroodle, which is weird, and I create and I freeze, which, as you can see in the chat, I'm apologizing because that's a little kind of bullshit. So here, and I choked because I go Meowscarada. I say I choke. I mean, anyone in the comments can correct me about this if I'm wrong, but I think Meowscarada being ring target means that I'm not immune to Prankster. Does it work like that? Can someone correct me if I'm wrong? But that's the reason I went Meowscarada, because I figure he's going to Parting Shot and I'm going to be immune. But I think I'm not because of ring target. I'm not sure though. I need somebody in the comments to correct me. I mean, I can look it up, but later. So yeah, I go into Excadrill, and he froze like 5 turns, so I'm very sorry about that. In comes this thing. I want him to believe that I'm choiced. He creates me, but like, it doesn't really matter because I can just switch. He predicts me there very nicely, and I have to go into my Zapdos. I don't know why he Mach Punched. I mean, I know I'm faster, but it's just gonna give me momentum. Like I said, I just want a U-turn on the Dracozold. And here, I think I just EQ. Yeah, because you never know. And in front of this, I guess I could have stayed in, but yeah, you just set up rocks. I mean, webs. Here I just U-turn out, and I can do, yeah, go into Slowbro. And from this point, there's not a lot that take on Slowbro. We see Volt Switch, go for Scald, no burn, and we see a knockoff, which does a lot, but there's no Primarina, so I don't really need a Assault Vest. Gonna switch out, another knockoff. This one's pretty annoying because I'm losing boots in the process. So now he can set up rocks with either this or Glimora. Ice Spinner is just... I'm telling you, it's offensive, but it's doing nothing. And now I can go into this because I'm pretty positive that it's Scarf. So now I can Ice Beam into Infernape that kills. In comes Glimora. In case that it's a setup set, I'm gonna have to stay in by Scald, but he just rocks, which is fine. And he goes for Mortal Spin. So I'm guessing this is still like a lead type Glimora. He just didn't lead with it. And in comes this thing. I'm gonna go Zapdos. I take rocks, unfortunately, but I think I'm kind of okay here. And I'm gonna be able to roost back to 75. I just stay in because this thing is just not threatening. This one is though, and here I'm like, well, let's see if it's faster. It's faster, so this also could be Scarf. It's definitely not Hustle. Hustle had a chance of killing me. This did 62, so it's definitely not Hustle. But I can spin here. Already Leavanny is looking a little low, but Excadrill can win anytime. I mean, I'm up 6-3 with some luck, of course, but I'm able to paralyze Leavanny. Very unfortunate. That's Zapdos for you. I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, he gets another one. What a stupid Pokemon. I miss Heat Wave though. And he actually surprised me here. I had no idea this nerd triple axle could. That's really cool. But like, yeah, and here I'm just gonna U-turn because I'm realizing I can just go in for an ape. And I can just kill something with U-turn. Or not kill, like I'll get momentum if he stays in. And because everything else just dies to Earthquake. So I'm just gonna go into this so I can take one, U-turn. And in comes Sylveon, so a quick attack. Like I said, I moved before. And Volbeat just didn't do enough, bro. And come on, dude, come on. You know I had to do it. Unnecessary, but I had to do it. I had to. And here I can just finish it off with the quick attack, with the Sylveon. You gotta leave a like for that, dude. I know I like kinda hacks him, but like... Hacks doesn't make a 6-0, dude. Sylveon fought for that. I mean, this last turn... Come on. So unnecessary, but like I knew it. I knew it. Somehow I knew it. Unnecessary, but I knew it. Not free. Not man. No differential here. Not free differential. Come on, dude. Come on. But yeah, shoutouts to Sylveon. I never click hyper. It's just quick attacks. It's really cool. But yeah, GG's to Firefeather. Not the first time I fight them. We had to fight in the Little Cup season last season. So check that out. I'm gonna leave that in the description as well. Always good battles against him. Always. So yeah, GG's to you. And I shall see you guys on the next battle. Like, sub, whatever, etc. Goodbye.